Thanks for joining us. We are talking to Martin Bäckström. He's Head of Technology and Portfolio Cloud Services at Ericsson. Martin, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Now Martin, the big discussion here at NWC 19 is obviously 5G. Tell us a bit more about the benefits for your customers.
It's a very good question. 5G is of course the main theme of this year's Mobile World Congress. That's fully clear. 5G for me is basically two things. It's first, an even better engine for the mobile broadband. The mobile broadband that we all love and use, and is a global thing. But the mobile broadband as such can't really give the industry any growth. Growth has to happen outside mobile broadband. And there comes in the possibilities to add other industries, other ecosystems into the network that can benefit from it. And I think the main theme here is therefore twofold. First, it is of course a 5G radio with its even better engine for the mobile broadband. But secondly, it's a network slicing, it's a cloud, it's a data center, it's a virtual nodes, the ability to create parts of an ecosystem for other industries that can benefit from it. It can range from police and these kind of solutions for professional communication until entertainment services such as virtual reality, augmented reality. All of these will contribute to and open up for new revenue streams for the operators, and I think that's at the end of the day what 5G is all about. It's new revenue streams for the operator and these industries.
Martin, what can you tell us about how CSPs can transform to become digital service providers?
One thing we need to understand is the starting point. The starting point of the cellular industry is that the link budget, the radio efficiency, has increased enormously over the last 10 years. So today out of a given radio spectrum gets so much more data bits and so on, and that efficiency improvement has been fantastic and is a key enabler why the mobile broadband is working so fantastically well. But on the other end, the time it takes to commission a radio base station, tune it, get it working fully, has not really improved in the same way. It's still a rather manual work. Therefore, we at Ericsson are working very much to improve the process of commissioning new software, new hardware, and actually take it into operation with far less manual steps. And in that way, we are enabling a digital transformation, which is actually a prerequisite for all of this. Because I've been working on the operator side prior to joining Ericsson. And in that operator, we were getting like 1,000 software patches per month. Had some 400 or 500 staff only working with that. And that was from 3 network vendors. Now, if you should take on other industries' ecosystem, thousands of different companies, where they all come with different software approach, we simply can't continue that way of working. Therefore, it's so important that we automate, that we are creating installation commissioning automatically, because we will anyway have a growth in the number of manual work hours totally if we get this ecosystem of other industries into the operator space working. So that's one very important step. But we also do other things. Ericsson is launching something called Edge Gravity, where we are actually aggregating a big number of operators, because it isn't easy to see how any OTT operator should actually be interested to develop an application just for one operator. There are more than 600 operators in this world, and if each one of them has different onboarding and so on, it becomes very complicated. So to aggregate them, to digitalize them, make it possible to believe that someone wants to and will actually develop those applications that can leverage from the fantastic abilities that the 5G networks will create for them.
Martin, there are lots of discussions here at NWC 19 about intelligence at the edge. Tell us a bit more about how it can help you accelerate your journey to 5G.
Yeah, so one of the key enablement of the 5G and the cloud is of course to run workloads much closer to the user. You have a number of benefits with that. So the latency is all that signaling that is happening before we can actually get something onto the screen. all that signaling that needs to happen for each link object, picture object, and everything you have on a web page. And by reducing the time for each such signals, it's hundreds for each page that you're looking at, you are creating a much faster experience. And the edge deployment is what's making it possible. The coast-to-coast latency in a big country like the US is 100 milliseconds. The latency of a 5G radio is single-digit millisecond, 1 or 2 milliseconds. So we are also going from a world where the radio was creating the latency to that the core is. And that problem the edge take care of. It's also other abilities with edge, such as local filtering. If you think of a flight engine that is landing somewhere, it can have petabyte of data. But it's only the combustion cycles of the flight engine that didn't go so well that are of interest to analyze. So then to filter out petabyte and make it 100 megabyte and send it up for analysis to see whether a motor needs service, yes or no, is simply much more economically. I can continue here, but let us just say that edge is an integral part of a 5G launch, and Ericsson, together with HP and other data center vendors, are making that possible to run that on standard data center hardware in a cost-efficient way with automatic commissioning and all the things I talked about in the start.
Martin Bäckström, thank you very much.
Thank you.